Land of Opportunity was Tuesday night's theme as speakers touted President Trump's criminal justice reform, strong economy, and religious freedom.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
Day 2 of the unconventional RNC kicked off with a focus on faith.
To all houses of worship and to all people of faith, stripped of our religious freedoms and religious liberties, my Father will fight for you.
We believe that each person is made by God for a purpose.
President Trump says that's one reason he pushed for criminal justice reform as he pardoned Jon Ponder. Ponder, a convicted bank robber, turned his life around and found a nonprofit organization that helps former inmates.
And as I laid on that stainless steel cell, shackled by my hands and my feet, I heard God utter into my spirit, "My son, I honored what you asked me to do." He said, "Never forget the promise that you made to me."
Reverend Billy Graham's granddaughter made a surprise appearance to thank the president for his continued fight for religious freedom.
Our founders did not envision a quiet, hidden faith. They fought to ensure that the voices of faith were always welcomed, not silenced, not bullied.
Nicholas Sandman says he was bullied by news outlets for their coverage of a confrontation between him and a Native American man at the Lincoln Memorial. Abby Johnson pushed back on Planned Parenthood and quit as a clinic director to become one of America's most outspoken pro-life activists.
I've been the perpetrator to these babies, to these women, and I now support President Trump because he has done more for the unborn than any other president.
I hereby declare an oath.
Trump hosted a naturalization ceremony for 5 people to highlight legal immigration.
You followed the rules, you obeyed the laws, you learned your history, embraced our values, and proved yourselves to be men and women of the highest integrity. It's not so easy. You went through a lot, and we appreciate you being here with us today.
And Secretary of State Mike Pompeo broke tradition with a personal convention appearance from Jerusalem.
The president, too, moved the U.S. Embassy to this very city of God, Jerusalem, the rightful capital of the Jewish homeland. And just 2 weeks ago, the president brokered a historic peace deal between Israel and the United Arab Emirates.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the First Lady of the United States.
First Lady Melania Trump wrapped up the night from the renovated Rose Garden.
The past 3.5 years have been unforgettable. There are no words to describe how honored, humbled, and fortunate I am to serve our nation as your First Lady.
In addition to expressing compassion for COVID victims and calling for greater attention to opioid addiction, she spoke on racial division and the spike in violence nationwide.
I also ask people to stop the violence and looting being done in the name of justice, and never make assumptions based on the color of a person's skin.
And looking ahead, Vice President Mike Pence will headline Night 3 of the RNC convention alongside advisor and former campaign manager Kellyanne Conway, who helped Trump win the White House back in 2016. Ben Kennedy, CBN News.